I'm Jamie, aka Scumboy.
I'm Andrew Walsh, aka Bat Phantom.
I'm Kevin, aka Neon Nazgul from the Operation Pug Podcast.
A proud member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual host.
Check out all the podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. Bringing you the latest nerdy news and geekdom, here are the hosts of the show. Anthony.
No pants, all bacon and dick butts.
Naki.
That was the joke, you dumbass.
Willie.
You're a bad person.
Chris.
We should probably, do actual show stuff instead of talk about Willie.
And sometimes some special guests.
As Magneto once said, ha ha ha, welcome to die!
Meat candy, woohoo!
If you're a kid and listening, you rock and your parents are awful.
A brand new ATGN starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 260. What the crap just happened?
Chris, play this song again! Play it again!
I didn't hit the button again. That was my soundboard having a mind of its own. But that's not unheard of because I came out downstairs this morning and my TV was on magically.
It's the ghost. They're
Actually,
bad.
what I think it is I left my windows open and one of my neighbors knows I have it set up so that I can say the trigger word for Amazon voice service and tell her to turn on the TV. And it will do that. So my guess is one of my neighbors is having fun with me.
That's Gremlins. Gremlins mess with electronics, not ghosts.
It could be.
Ghosts move furniture.
But like I was saying, welcome everyone to episode 266 of your Wacky Weekend Morning Show, the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast, broadcasting live Sunday, June 25th, 2017. We were supposed to have everyone here today, but we're not sure where Willie is. Maybe he got murdered by Jason or something. He's been playing a lot of the Friday the 13th.
He's taking a little nappy nap. It's fine.
He took a nap 5 minutes before the show started when we saw him read our messages on Google Hangouts.
It's possible.
I think Lowlife Utaku might be onto something when he says Willie better be here. He needs to chew feathers for calling me crazy about the Xbox X price. I think that's what it is. He just doesn't want to fess up for his incorrectness about the Xbox in box.
Box.
Yeah, we'll
box one box, Xbox, box.
That meme makes my head hurt every time I see it, but it also makes me laugh at the same time. I don't know what that says about me.
It is a good meme. And that motherfucker was quick, too.
Well, it was a really fast one.
The internet. They're quick on a lot of things.
It's true. It's amazing to me how fast some of the shit comes out on the internet where you're just like, what? It's been 5 seconds.
I don't understand.
I've enjoyed that, when you go back and listen through old podcasts, especially ones that have huge audiences like the Nerdist, when they make up a goofy joke or something and say, okay, internet, make that. And you know that the podcast has been out for 6 months and you just Google it and oh my God, the list of memes that they'll get from just people that are oh, I heard that. That's funny. I'll make something. And there'll be thousands of them.
Yeah. Do you guys watch Night Attack or listen to Night Attack over on DC TV by chance?
Mm-mm.
If you watch their live shows, they'll literally do stuff like that in the show. They have their chat realm that's there, very full chat room, very active chat room. And they'll talk about, let's make a movie poster that's got this, this, and this on it. And they're chat realm, make it happen. And 5 minutes later, someone will put together a rough Photoshop and send it to them in the chat room. It's incredible, the things that happen on the internet, especially when you've got people that are technically capable listening to and watching your shows and I want in on this stuff. It's hilarious.
Well,
all we get is
Suncast has done that for us.
That's true. He has gifted us regularly.
I'll say, all we get is gifts of our weird faces.
Speak for yourself. I just don't make weird faces, or I have a perma weird face. I'm not sure which is the case.
Specifically, I have Anthony gifts.
Yeah.
We have a Willie one where it looks like he's pinching something like that. And that's gifable right there. I just realized it as I did it.
Boob grab. The Willie boob grab.
I mean, it was Willie's first. I'm just emulating. Yes. Life imitates art or some shit like that.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, so we are back. Before we get started on things, what's going on, folks? Anything good? What's the good word?
I'm back. I did it. I only kind of sound like a jazz singer that smoked a lot of cigarettes at this point. Thanks,
She's got her Phoebe
Chicago weather.
Buffet sexy voice.
Yeah. Thanks,
Smelly
Chicago
cat,
weather.
Smelly cat.
Copyright.
I didn't even realize that was an actual song. I thought he was just making something up.
No, it's from Friends.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I do want to say thanks to everybody who sent out messages to me with Sean and checking in on me. I'm okay. It's been a rough couple weeks. I'm still kind of in a haze about the whole situation, but thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know if I should say something about Sean or not.
That's up to you. It's whatever you want to do on that one.
So I met, so for those of you who don't know this situation or anything like that, Sean and I met through this show 5 years ago. And we hit it off pretty well right away. And then we talked almost every day for those who don't know, talk about potato waste. We referred to him as both. We talked for almost every day for the past 5 years. Passed away suddenly. He was a really good friend of mine, and that's why I've been gone the past couple of weeks, is because I've been in Toronto, and I've been just kind of dealing with it. So I appreciate the thoughts and feelings that have come out, and cool. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but I'm gonna miss him a lot. And I had more of a personal relationship, I think, than some people here. But, I mean, it happens. And if anybody tells you internet friends aren't real, kick them in the balls.
Yeah,
and if they don't have balls, kick them in the tits.
That's complete BS. People saying internet relationships aren't real. You can make good friends that you've never actually met in person, or that you've only met in person a couple times, but you talk to every day, or things like that.
Yep. Kick them in the teeth, because you know what? Internet relationships are real. Internet friendships are real, and like if it was to happen to any of these guys, I would have done the same damn thing and hopped on a plane, you know.
So she could jump and dance on my grave.
She does like
fair. To be fair, it would probably be to steal your beard.
Steal my beard.
Wait, what's her name?
Why are you going to take my beard, Naki? I mean, it is
because
luxurious.
You have the beard, like you've always had, since as long as I've known you, you've had the beard.
No, when we
And
first
I've known you
started, I
longer.
just had the goatee, I think, in the early
Did you?
ones. I think so.
I feel like
Yeah.
as long as I've known you, you've always had facial hair of the sort.
Well, yes, because I have to cover the ugly. That's the best way to cover the ugly, is with a beard.
So I'd have to steal the beard. Like that would be how it would, because I've known you for what? Like we talked for like a year or two before we started the show.
Probably, yeah, it sounds about right.
So I mean, I think I lay claim to your beard. It's fine.
So I'm going to update my will to say that Naki gets my beard. Okay, guys? You guys heard it here. Next time I update my will, Naki will be left my beard.
As part of his dying wishes, the mortician has to shave his beard, put it in a bag.
Give Naki my beard when I die. It's hers.
Oh wait, you have to ask for a tiny urn. Just take a little tiny urn, fill it with beard hair.
The fact that those exist is really sad to me.
Well, I mean, I have been growing the beard out, so you might need a more than a tiny urn. I mean, it's got some length to it right now. Yes, I'm yanking on my beard on the internet. But I'm old now.
I have claimed on the internet your beard is mine.
Yes.
So
But I've realized I'm old because you can't really tell right now, but I've got some gray in my beard now because I'm an old man.
I've got a couple I can see.
I've got gray hair.
I don't
whatever.
have hair, Naki.
Yeah. Chris can't tell how old he's getting by the hair in his head because he has no hair in his head.
He's got hair in his head. It's just on the bottom half of his head.
It migrated to cover my ugly, guys. It knew that the only way I was going to have a successful relationship is if all this ugly got covered. So the best way to do it is the hair went, okay, we're going whoop right here.
Sailor Poland says the triads would take your skin, so be glad it's just your beard.
I mean, I'm dead. Who cares? I'm beyond insult at that point in time.
Right? Like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
They've already got
Okay,
harvested
whatever.
my organs for donation purposes, so what's it matter? I'll just donate my beard to Naki.
See, I said.
Oh, did you guys see that guy that drove his bike like cross country to hear his daughter's heartbeat?
Yeah.
I did know
that. Broke my heart a little.
But I don't feel like having a good cry on the internet this morning, so let's not read it on the air.
Yeah, if you want a good cry to see whether or not you're a cold soulless robot like me, go watch that video because wow, that was a good one.
And in fact, Anthony has just admitted that he's not actually a cold soulless robot, as he cried.
I didn't say I cried. I said it was a good one.
I see now. So we're not all robots anymore. And we know Naki's a Cylon.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what I would steal of Anthony's as to claim as mine.
Funko Pops.
No, there's just too many, and honestly, I don't have that kind of space.
It's just movie villains,
Lots
Naki.
of choices.
It's not a lot.
Lots of choices.
Dear God.
Maybe
That wall just keeps getting taller and taller.
I'll take a piece of his skin and make it one of his tattoo pieces, and just take.
There's a new box here too with more Funko Pops in it.
Jesus Christ, where do you? You know what? If you ever needed to cut down on your spending, I would just be like, "Hey, Anthony, maybe stop buying Funko Pops for a week, and you'll have like $300."
It's not that bad. And actually, I have canceled my Star Wars one, and the Marvel one will end at the end of the year because I paid for a year when I got it.
Well, just so you guys know, if you really want to get back in on it, it's all 30% off right now using their Loot Crate offer code I saw on Slick Deals. So you could jump back on it for 30% off. It's for the Loot Crate and all their partner products.
I'm trying to fix my finances.
That's okay. I'm the one that has the buyer's remorse because they did the Mass Effect Andromeda box like a month before the game came out. I then ordered said box, played said game, went, aw, shit. And that's supposed to come sometime this month.
Is it not good?
It's not as good as the original 3.
But that doesn't mean the box of goodies won't be good.
That's true. So I don't know. Did you have a chance to listen to our E3 episode, Naki?
I got to listen to a good chunk of it. I did not get to listen to all of it.
Okay, so for lack of a better description, did you see the previews for Anthem, the new BioWare game that's coming?
Yeah.
I saw a thing. I don't know if it was an actual preview because there was people talking during it.
So Anthem is the game that Mass Effect died for, basically, is what it came to. And I said this in the last show, so I'll only touch on it quickly, is the BioWare Edmonton team who did the original Mass Effect trilogy, who kicked ass. They all got moved after the trilogy ended to go work on a codename project called Dylan, after Bob Dylan, because they, much like Bob Dylan, they wanted it to be a creation that transcends the genre, remembered forever. Those were their own words, things like that. So the entire Edmonton team came over to do that. The Montreal team got to do Mass Effect Andromeda. This was their first full game versus DLC they were doing. They also had staff cuts, and then it was probably released about 6 months early, just like Lola Futaku said. So between those staff cuts and not putting the A-team on it, and the fact that when you start reading the story Kotaku had, it really only had about an 18-month dev cycle. On the 5 years they did, they only worked for about 18 months because the story was so screwed up.
Wow.
It suffered in comparison. So while it is not terrible, it's not the same. I don't know the best way to describe it. It's not a shit game, but the Metacritic scores to have it in the mid-70s, that's probably about right for it.
So I don't feel bad still not having played any.
No. You should feel terrible that you haven't played 1, 2, and 3, or at least 2 and 3.
The bad news for Chris is that Mass Effect 4 was not good. The good news for all of us is that Anthem will be fucking amazing because the BioWare A-team made a game where you get to have a collection of Iron Man armor and go out with your friends and blow up monsters.
And
it looks awesome.
We hope. Naki, you need to get that game on Xbox so we can play.
I mean, so and we were talking about this in our Google chat earlier, is that like I don't have PS Plus anymore because I don't pay $50 to be on the internet because I already pay, monthly to be on the internet. So why do I have to pay more to be on the internet? But we do have Xbox Live because it goes to all the accounts that are on that Xbox. So by boyfriend buying Xbox Live, I have Xbox Live. So we have Xbox Live. So you can add me on Xbox under Bakanaki.
So Naki, what I'm hearing here is when Anthem comes out, you're going to play with me.
I'll play with you.
I gotta hope that it's cross-platform because
I
I'm
mean,
paying for PS4
Sony
again,
doesn't
and
do
I don't have an
cross-platform.
Xbox.
They won't even do it with Rocket League.
Oh,
They
God
didn't do-
damn it!
Like, I don't think they even did it with like, because I was trying to sign into my Overwatch stuff with Blizzard, so I can move it from my PS4 account to my Xbox account, and I couldn't. So I was like, well, that's bullshit.
Damn it.
So-
I'm gonna end up having to buy an Xbox One Xbox to just fucking play one game.
No.
God
You can
damn
just buy the regular Xbox. You can buy a pre-owned regular Xbox for $150 right now.
Oh yeah, the Xbox. Okay,
Yeah.
but still, I'm going to buy an
Anthem's
Xbox
gonna.
for one.
That's the thing. All of these games are gonna run on all three of the different boxes that are out there. Now, I've already said on the show, and Willie's gonna have to eat crow, that I will buy the Xbox One X. It's just I can't get a damn pre-order anywhere. There's no pre-orders open yet.
I'm okay. Like, we're still in the Xbone, and I'm okay with that.
There's no reason to upgrade unless you've got a 4K or a 4K HDR screen, really.
Yep, and I don't have that, so we're fine.
Oh, I can't wait for Anthem. I got all distracted. I'm all distracted. We're way discombobulated. It's that time where I'm just going to hit the button.
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
All right, awesome people. It's that part of the show where we run down what we think is the most interesting, geeky, and nerdy news that have come out in the last week, or at least what is most interesting to us. It might not always necessarily be the thing that you're geeking out about the most, because, like, for instance, I don't care about some genres of things, like Lord of the Rings. It's poop. Sorry, I was just stirring the pot because...
You're wrong, and continue.
Look.
Because even the fucking trees walk in those movies.
There you go.
And you're wrong. Continue.
So
I still don't have my Lord of the Rings tattoo. Like, that's the one that I don't have.
When Willie shows up, he did have news for us. We're just assuming he's having technical difficulties. So until then, you've got all of our news stories. And ladies first, Naki, what have you got for us?
Lord of the Rings is amazing, and you suck. And also, so apparently, I missed shit while I was in Canada, but the directors of the Han Solo movie were fired. So bye, I guess.
Yep.
But they were taken place by okay, for fuck's sake, my article just shut itself down. So just kidding.
So
but
while Naki's pulling up the article, if you guys didn't hear, Lord and Miller, that's the two guys that were directing the Han Solo pick. Same guys did like the Lego movie and the 21 Jump Street movies and things like that. Were brought on board to do the Han Solo prequel. Said prequel was supposed to have some comedic elements to it, but the way behind the set stuff came out is they kind of started ad-libbing it and thought they were making a straight-up comedy, not a Star Wars movie that had comedic elements into it. So Kathleen Kennedy not quite on board with that.
So Ron Howard has taken over. That was one of those things that when we all heard it was Ron Howard, we all went, "For what?" I mean, it makes sense, honestly. He has gone on, I think it was on Twitter, and he said that he's been a fan for forever, and he's really excited that he gets to, put his voice into it now. And I mean, Ron Howard is a really good director. I'm excited to see.
Damn good films.
Academy Award-winning director as well.
Yep. So it should be interesting. Yeah, because he's done Night Shift, Splash, Backdraft, The Da Vinci Code, Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, Rush, A Heart of the Sea, Inferno. Like there's a long list of Ron Howard movies, more than just Happy Days. Which there was a cartoon that came out, I think it was from the New Yorker, but that he was playing the Happy Days theme song, finding out that he was going to do Star Wars. But he put it as it's a little opportunity that came my way, and he looks like he's really excited that he's really. He seems to be emotionally invested into this, so this should be interesting. When he does say when Star Wars came out on opening day, they stood in line for 2 hours to go and see it. So he's really he is a fan. I don't know if he's like Sam Witwer level of fan.
Yeah,
I mean he's pretty good.
Very few are.
You don't have to be a fan to direct Star Wars, but it certainly gives people a certain flavor for it, where they're like, oh, I love this, so I want to treat it a little differently. That being said, Ron Howard is a smart pick by the studio for a picture that is arguably in crisis, if you believe some of the reports you've seen out there, because of how everything's been handled and the crazy stuff going on. Ron Howard's probably a fairly good stabilizing presence to come in there, get everyone back on the same page, go and clean things up. The man's been doing films for a long time.
Yeah, he's got one of the longest careers in Hollywood for someone that went from in front of the camera to behind the camera. And yeah, if you just look at the sheer list of movies he's directed, not even whether you like them or not, just the sheer number he's done, it's amazing.
Well, I think
the guy's output is fantastic.
Sailor Poland nailed it, saying, I can't think of a Ron Howard movie that wasn't at least watchable even a long time ago. If there's anyone who can deliver a consistent movie, it's him. Yeah. So they need a stabilizing, guiding presence to come in there and reshape things. Remember, people are all freaking out about this. Oh, it's the end of the world. The Han Solo movie is going to be terrible. Now, Rogue One, while it wasn't the greatest movie ever, had some flaws. Remember, it did extensive reshoots and all sorts of crazy stuff at the end also. So it's not unheard of for the modern day movies to have a lot of reshoots and turnover on things. Now, the director turnover this close to being done filming, that's a bit of a different story. But reshoots and tweaking and adding new things in, that's not as scary to me. That being said,
I think if anything, they could push it out and switch it out, swap it out.
Yeah, well, I assume this movie will end up getting delayed, in all honesty. It would not surprise me, because I think they said they were going to take a break from filming until, like, the week of July 9th or something like that, if I recall what I read correctly. So they're taking a couple weeks off while Ron Howard gets spun up, and then they'll probably extend the shooting schedule a little bit, would be my guess. I'm no Hollywood insider. This is just me guessing based off of various things I've read on the internet. Now, our Hollywood insider...
Average, all the big budget ones now, they schedule reshoots and extra time now.
Now, if you guys really want to know how this reshoot stuff works, we're going to go to our Hollywood insider correspondent, one Willie D. Nelson. Willie, how's this going to work?
Well, let me just tell you this right now. Shit's kind of fucked right now.
What he's saying is he's really hungover and he fell asleep right after our 5-minute conversation.
No, I did not drink yesterday. I ate a lot of fucking pork that will come into what I'm into.
What Willie's into is not being a Muslim.
I mean, if you want me to explain it right now, it's called a muscle relaxer. Those things make you very, very drowsy.
That still sounds like a nap.
Yep.
No, I mean, continuous from last night.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, things. If they're bringing them in this late, they're going to have to reshoot a lot of stuff, because to be claimed as a director, don't you have to film at least 51% of the movie?
I don't honestly know how that works.
I don't think so. Being as that, who was it? The guy that did all of Superman 2 did 98% when they filmed Superman 1, and then they released it under somebody else's name when
you're talking about Donner and Lester.
Yeah, the Richard Donner. Like, he filmed like 98% of Superman 2 as they were shooting Superman 1.
They had to go back
release
and
it under somebody else's name.
No. They went back and reshot. They had to.
Yeah, there was stuff they reshot. Because remember, there's a separate copy of Superman 2 you can get on Blu-ray that's the Richard Donner cut versus the original theatrical.
Awesome. What's his first Lester? Something. What is his last first name?
Anyway. Low Life Otaku says, ate a lot of pork. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Is that supposed to be a gay joke?
I don't think so.
Naki, I thought you were above that.
It's not a gay joke.
It wasn't a gay joke.
And she just read it. She didn't even write it.
I know it's a joke. God damn it.
You're not funny today, Willie.
I never claimed I was supposed to be funny today.
Low Life Otaku wants you to eat crow today, too. I'm sure he'll fill us in again in the chat room later.
Crow about what?
Oh,
$4.99.
Oh, I don't care.
I wish you would have bet his beard. I wish you would have bet his beard.
I wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have. He knows better now. So one last note on the Han Solo flick movie. So while I'm excited that one bald bearded nerd got it, I was really hoping for a different one, but that's impossible. That would have been really cool to have Joss Whedon doing a Han Solo prequel flick. But he's busy with the Justice League.
Yeah. He's a little busy saving DC.
Oh, I know. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. The Ron Howard pick I think is solid, but there's a part of me it's like, man, could you imagine what Joss Whedon could do with a Han Solo solo flick?
That could be good because it would basically just be a rewritten episode of Firefly.
Yeah, pretty much. Get Nathan Fillion in there as his best friend Mal.
I would be curious to see what Patty Jenkins would have done with it.
That's true too. But she's gonna be busy with the next Wonder Woman now too. So
yeah, but still, like I would just be curious as to what she would have done with it.
That's fair. So I'll go next with my news stories. We're like 2 weeks out from Spider-Man: Homecoming right now. Well, we've started to get some word out, and this is gonna be spoiler free, folks, because I don't want to know spoilers, so I didn't look any up. Some word out about what happens in the movie. First of all, we know there are 2 post-credit scenes for Spider-Man: Homecoming. So once you see the second one, you can feel free to leave, unless they put another one in there when the theatrical release comes out, because that's what they did with Guardians.
Which,
yeah, Marvel has done.
Oh God, now I don't trust it. Shit.
No, it's a Marvel movie. Even if it's Sony, they still count as Marvel movies. You wait till the end of the credits. When the lights come up, then you can leave, and there's no chance of a stinger.
Well, are you sure about that?
They have yet to do one after the lights turn on in the theater, from what I've seen. 44 movies into seeing all Marvel movies on opening release day. They haven't done that yet.
I can see him do it now, like 5 minutes after the movie, just the lights come on and people are left. And now Thanos is really here.
That'd be fucked up. And other people would see it as people cleaning the theaters.
Like, oh shit.
So why I was bringing that up is there have been a lot of the early preview screenings that have gone out for that. And while no one's allowed to post any reviews until next week, they are allowed to give their Twitter impressions. And I went over to Polygon.com and they had a rundown of some of these impressions. And let's see, where's the first one? From @GermainLucier, Spider-Man: Homecoming is a blast. It has an innocence that differentiates it from itself from the other MCU movies, but plenty of fun and spectacle too. Okay. Now, the basic takeaway here is most people are saying it's as good, if not better, than Spider-Man 2, which is my measuring stick for Spider-Man movies, because while that movie's, 15 years old, it's still damn good.
I was going to say, it's still the best one that we've gotten so far.
It's almost a perfect film.
Partly because Alfred Molina is perfect as Dr. Octopus.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a
Spider-Man
good
2 stands toe-to-toe with Iron Man. Like, it's almost a perfect film.
Let's see next. Mike Ryan said Spider-Man: Homecoming is an absolute gosh darn delight. It's like Spider-Man meets Can't Hardly Wait. I'm not sure.
Nice.
I love Can't Hardly Wait.
I do too.
It's a great movie.
Stephen Weintraub from Collider says Spider-Man: Homecoming is my favorite of the Spider-Man movies so far. I like the first 2 Sam Raimi ones better, but this is... I like the first 2 Sam Raimi ones, but this is better. Avoid spoilers.
Wow.
That's high praise because Spider-Man 1, well, it's not quite as good now. Spider-Man 2, like we were saying, still effing awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching something, I don't remember what it was, but it was Tobey Maguire from the first Spider-Man movie where he was just like doing the things where he was trying to get the web slingers.
Go web go.
Oh, go webs go.
He does this thing and all that stuff. And I was just like, man, they messed up the science there. Those movies were still fun.
They're still fun.
The science.
It doesn't just come out of his wrist. Like he has a web sticker.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's the organic web thing. That's a whole thing.
But they did also change it in the comics temporarily that he had organic web shooters too, right?
Yeah, let's just sidestep this. Let's keep on going. Keep on going.
So, Low Life Utaku in the chat room says, I thought the movie was called Iron Man 4 featuring Spider-Man.
Yeah, somebody showed one of the cut up posters where it's like the 4 giant images broken down, and one of them is literally just an image of Iron Man, and it says Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Right.
It's like, that's not a fucking poster for Spider-Man, you jackasses.
Who was it that did the there was an interview, I can't remember who it was with, if it was Kevin Feige or someone from Sony or something like that, where they said Spider-Man: Homecoming 2, which won't be called Homecoming 2, but the sequel to it will not have Iron Man in it, but potentially someone else from the MCU with him in it.
Nah, it needs to have Cap in it. They're the New York boys.
Well, remember, this next Spider-Man movie will be the first one to air after Avengers Infinity War 2 or whatever they call it. So whatever happens in that movie to shake things up, potentially the death of Captain America, that's just my personal fan theory. I have nothing else on that. This will be the first movie to deal with the fallout of that.
Where
question for you.
Go ahead.
who's getting paid more for this movie? Spider-Man or Iron Man?
Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr.'s.
Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be RDJ.
He's got the better deal where he gets a percentage of the box office intake.
Is he still doing that?
Yeah, I think
believe
that was
so.
part of his
Smart.
original contract where he was like, I get 0.01% of box office sales, which even that is.
I thought it didn't start out till like Iron Man 2 or 3 or something, didn't it?
2 is when he got his pay raise because in Iron Man 1,
Yeah.
Terrence Howard was making more money than Robert Downey Jr.
His first contract I think was just the first film because it was a risk.
Yeah.
And then when he renegotiated for 2, that's when they got him for 2, 3 in the Avengers, and the Avengers is where he got his huge bonus. And then now I think he's on his 3rd contract with Marvel. So
Something like that.
RDJ's making a lot of money. Tom Holland's still on his first contract, so he's probably getting more than RDJ got for the first Iron Man after the buzz of Civil War. But Tom Holland's not going to be pulling down $50 million from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
So let's go ahead. Sorry.
They
Naki.
all make more money than me.
Well,
so.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Goddamn right they do.
Next up, we have Peter Scaretta from Slash Film. Spider-Man: Homecoming is a hilarious John Hughes style high school movie disguised as a superhero film. Second best Spidey film, probably behind
Nice.
Spider-Man 2 is my guess. Jessica
I can
Dershowitz,
see that from the
Spider-Man: Homecoming
trailers.
is straight up delightful. Tom Holland is perfect, and the movie is so much fun.
You know what I heard the other day was that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was the best one.
Were they high?
I'm wondering if they were drunk or high or something. Like I was in like a public area and I was overhearing this conversation. My ears were just like, like
There
what?
are really good aspects to the Andrew Garfield one.
I had no real problems with him, except for the same thing I had with every fucking Spider-Man movie was stop taking off your goddamn mask. Stop it.
But he
No.
has this luxurious hair.
He's out of the costume a lot. Don't take off your mask when you're still in the costume to public.
But
That's all I'm asking. That's all.
But that hair though.
Hey,
Which one are we talking about?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that is some magnificent hair, but still. You got plenty of shots with him out of this costume. Just stop. I don't care. Don't care about the little kid. You're like, oh, you're now super. Whatever. Shut up.
So the last initial Twitter impression I had in this article on Polygon was Devin Kogan, who said Spider-Man: Homecoming is pure joy. Tom Holland is perfect. He's having the time of his life, and it shows. Remember, Tom Holland, much like Andrew Garfield, big Spider-Man fan. So it's got to be pretty cool for the both of them to be like, I'm Spider-Man.
And be both British. So very British.
Well, aren't most of our great American superheroes either British or Canadian?
Yeah,
That's true. I had seen some other stuff on Twitter myself where people were saying that Michael Keaton kills it as the Vulture, and they said it's probably the best villain the MCU's had since Loki. Now, that being said, the MCU villain bar isn't set very high either, so I'm not sure how much of that is overexcitement to begin with. I really hope it's a matter of that Keaton just nails the role.
What? You didn't like Malekith? Is that how you pronounce it?
You don't even know.
I rest my case.
Did I get it right though? I think I got it right.
I don't know.
Yes.
I only saw Thor: The Dark World once.
Yeah, me too. Because it was terrible.
Because it was no bueno, man.
It's on the very bottom of all the Marvel movies.
No. I love the Thor movies.
It's not on the
Incredible.
bottom. It's just
Love
not
it.
the best of them.
It's
Yeah,
on the
have you
bottom.
seen the first Punisher film?
Okay,
Well, no, we're counting the Marvel Cinematic Universe here.
You said Marvel movies. You didn't say
And
Marvel
yes,
Cinematic
I am
Universe.
counting it.
You think Thor 2 is worse than the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
Yes, I knew that's where you're
Wow.
going. No, I'm just kidding. I've never seen the Dolph Lundgren one, but I'm sure it's better than that.
Oh.
All right, so
It's better than. It's better.
we're about 2 weeks out. How excited
Naki,
are
you
you?
just like it because of Chris Hemsworth.
He is so nice. How can I not?
And the dude's jacked also.
Also, yes.
I was about to say, yeah, his abs are very nice. I'm sure that's what you meant.
Well, no, because I met. I'm not. I've never hidden the fact and how much I've worked in security and shit like that. And the Avengers cast and Chris Hemsworth, they're all very nice people. And Tom Hiddleston is fucking tiny as shit. I'm afraid I would break him.
Well, that's perfect for Spider-Man.
Well, not Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, Tom Hiddleston. Sorry. I got my brain's still a little bit mixed around.
I don't know. I think he got a little more buff though. Did you watch The Night Manager when he did? Because he was pretty cut.
I really need to watch that. Is it still on Hulu?
I don't know. I watched it on AMC when they aired it, so I don't honestly know.
I have to find it because I want to watch that. I do love Tom Hiddleston.
I've heard good things. That's him in House, right?
Yeah, him and House in that one. So as we wrap up the discussion on Spider-Man Homecoming, the movie's like 2 weeks out. How excited are you guys?
No, don't restart my device. No.
Very. Oh, we're about to lose Naki.
And when we lose Naki, we know it's because Windows 10 hates her.
Well, I'm wearing
stop!
Midtown School of Science and Technology shirt, so yeah, I think I'm pretty hyped for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it sure seems that way. Willie, how about yourself? You hyped for the Spider?
My place I used to work for, Takeout Triad, says, yeah, I'm pretty damn excited about it too. Here's the number if you want to call it. I don't even know if it still works. I think it's under new management. I don't know.
I would ask Naki, but I think she's still fighting with Windows 10 to ensure she can stay on the show.
We're good. We're good. I'm excited for Homecoming. I'm not as big of a Spider-Man fan as everybody else here, but
Naki, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
I should
Where
take
is
that
his
back.
genitalia?
Yeah. I don't know, Naki. What are you talking about?
Yeah. See, I like.
I got nothing here. I'm sorry.
Willie's got nothing.
But I'm excited. I like everything that the MCU has done, and I'm still excited for Thor Ragnarok. So fuck you, Willie.
Well, everyone's excited for Thor.
Oh
Ragnarok,
yeah. They're fixing their problems. I mean,
we're bringing in Planet Hulk. I'm so excited.
Yes, I know. I wish
we're getting a Planet Hulk sequence. We're not getting Planet Hulk. Sadly,
are you even giving it a sequence? You're not just giving like a little bloop.
Well, no, we're gonna get a whole fight scene, so that is a full sequence. But we're not getting Kyra. We're not getting Kyra the Old Strong. That's what makes me mad.
It's gonna be the second arc in the movie. Probably you've probably got 3 acts. It's Act 2, I bet, in the movie Planet Hulk.
I mean, they could open it up that they could do Planet Hulk then, though, too.
Not unless they want to pay Universal a bunch of money. Remember, Universal owns the solo movie rights to the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, and I don't see them leaving Hulk there on that planet at the end of Thor 3.
Not for Infinity War, they're not.
Yeah,
you need
is that timed or is that just permanently?
What?
I think they did like a Sony thing where they have the rights. I forgot about that.
They have. I can't remember how it all works. They basically have the rights when it is in the context of Avengers type stuff. But to do a solo movie, Universal still holds the movie rights for a solo Incredible Hulk film.
Okay,
so they would have to do a buyout like Sony.
Is this like a time thing, or is this like no? We just own it.
I don't know what the length of the deal is.
But there's no telling what the length is. Like Fox, they have to do like an X-Men film every 5 years.
Oh, which they're going to.
Yeah, Sony had to do a Spider-Man movie, I think, every 5 or 6. I don't know what Universal's timeline was.
Yeah.
Imagine if Fox had to do a movie for each individual character, not individual character, but they have to have an individual character in one of the movies to actually keep them. Otherwise, they'll lose them. That'd be hilarious.
Or
they'd be miserable.
Then we get Extinction Agenda. They would do one X-Men film with all the X-Men.
Yep.
And they would cast 79. And it would be
not even enough. That's not enough of them.
It would cover most of them.
All right,
it would cover the ones they want to keep.
Let's move on to our next story. Willie, I was told you had a little Friday the 13th you wanted to talk to us about.
You goddamn right.
I'm goddamn right.
So Gun Media and Ilphonic have said sorry about the opening release of Friday the 13th servers. We kind of fucked up. So to say sorry about that, we're gonna give you guys some free update stuff. So they gave everyone first of all, it's double XP weekend this weekend from June 23rd to 25th, and today is the 25th, the last day. Thank you, phone, for telling me that. There's new clothes for all of the counselors, 13,000 free points for players to put into stuff, which those things are really easy to get. I don't really know why you need to get more. It's whatever. And then 2 of the big things is, do you remember the original Friday the 13th video game for the original Nintendo?
God awful.
They're giving one of the Jasons, the Part 3 Jason, where you can hit a button and it'll change his skin color to that color scheme of the original Nintendo Jason.
Neon purple and neon light blue.
Pretty much. And on top of that, when playing as that, the counselors and Jason will hear a MIDI chip tune as pretty much based upon the original Nintendo game.
Nice.
Instead of the normal orchestra music.
So how's
Sorry.
Friday the 13th treating you so far?
Yes, Bachman, how's it?
It is pretty fun. It is still a little buggy. But yeah, because they released all the extra stuff, I finally hooked up my PS4. And yeah, I got my first kill as the Tom Savini Jason, putting a pitchfork through the survivor's head. I killed Tommy. So yeah, I'll never have a more epic kill than the first kill I had. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. It's weird trying to get used to the controls as Jason and then flipping back and forth between Jason and the counselors, because it definitely feels different than beta, because beta was on the PC and now I'm playing on my PS4. And so I'm trying to get used to it. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'll be happy to see, once they fix all the bugs. And so every time you walk up to something, the interaction area around your character works a little better, because that seems to be where some of the bug issues are. Yeah, once they fix that, it's fun. The interface is well done. The way all the stuff's set up for upgrading your Jasons and your counselors and stuff, all of that works really well. And the what's it called? The lobby. The lobby isn't too bad. The lobbies work pretty well for getting you into matches, people coming in and out, and people trying to join, and having the ability to go through and individually mute one person because they're a jackass. Literally the first match I went into, some guy logged in, we were about halfway ready to load the game, and just started screaming into his mic as loud as he could. And
how do you find these people? Because I haven't had experiences like that at all.
My first game, one random asshole just is and everybody just mute. So it's nice that they have those little options.
All right, here's what we need. Here's what we're gonna do today, Bachman. I got some friends that do private matches, and you still get experience and everything for the private matches. But these people are all right and everything. And everyone has a mic, because that is key for this game. Because when you're running around as a counselor, it's like, hey, do you have a set of keys? Do you have a set of keys? Oh, great, you don't have a fucking mic. You can't tell me. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it is one design, where if you're the counselors, having headsets and being able to talk is really helpful for the cooperative aspect when you're trying to get away from Jason.
And how do you like how you have to be near someone to actually talk to them?
That was pretty cool, yeah, because the one kid I was talking to on mic, we loaded in the game, and then he became Jason. All of a sudden, he was at the other side of the map, and then when he got closer, I could hear him talking to his brother, so I knew Jason was close before the game told me Jason was close.
Yep,
so
I do that.
I almost won a match by hiding in an outhouse for 15 minutes. It was so close. He almost didn't catch me.
I like to play Jason like I'm Freddy Krueger. I just pop in oh, hey, guys. You just sticking around over here? Oh, you want this car? Let me just put some bear traps at the driver's side door where you put in the battery. Oh, one for the gas. Yeah, so I like to play it like that. But let's go back to the bugs a little second. My favorite bug that I've seen in this game is the kill that Jason has, where I think it's Savini did it himself for one of the Kickstarter tiers, if they extra tiered. You know what I'm saying, right?
Stretch goals.
Yeah, that's it. Where Jason picks you up and he punches through your chest, and there's a hole in your chest, and the camera swings back behind, so you see Jason's face. And a lot of times, what happens is when Jason lets go, the body stays in the air. So it's just a hole in the chest.
Okay, they might have fixed that, because that kill happened to me the other day, and my body dropped. So
it doesn't happen every time, but it still does happen.
Okay. But yeah, awesome. I have seen that kill, and it is really cool looking, because the camera pans around behind you, and you're looking at Jason's face through a hole in your torso. It's really creepy.
Oh, I also like the one where it just rips off the jaw. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, I can keep on going about some of my favorite kills in this game, but I mean, I know you guys do not want to, so let's just continue on.
Well, let's transition on then. Bachman, what you got for us for news this week?
I had bad news, but I switched it up, and I'm going to do some fun news. The Saw franchise is coming back.
Wait, that's fun news?
What? I thought you said fun news.
Hell yeah.
Good or
Hell
not.
yeah, it's fun news. 5 Halloweens in a row, I went and saw Saw movies in the theater.
Fake news, fake news.
Saw is fun as fuck.
I mean,
Saw 3, that is all.
I was obsessed with the first Saw, and then once they made anything after that, I was like, and now my obsession is no longer.
Yeah. And don't get it wrong. The first Saw is an amazing film. They had a limited budget. They took the 2-man-in-a-room script and made one of the coolest concepts ever. From that point forward, it is crazy-ass torture movies, and I love watching to see how the set designers come up with new ways to kill people. But it really wasn't about the story. It was about seeing how the set designers came up with new ways to kill people.
I like
but
the
no. Josh Stolberg is going to be writing the new one, and I've been following him on Twitter. He's an awesome guy. He worked on Piranha 3D, Piranha 3 Double D, Sorority Row, Good Luck Chuck, and he's also a great director to follow on Twitter because he does giveaways all the time. I've won 2 signed photos. One of the actresses from a Sorority Row and David Koechner from Piranha 3D. Like
David Koechner?
Yeah, I got a signed Koechner from Piranha. Like he gives away awesome stuff on his site. But yeah, he's writing it, and the original who is it? Juan. Original director James Wan and Lee Wanall will both executive produce. So they're getting the original guys back to at least be part of it.
James
and it's going to be
is
called.
busy. He does all the Fast and the Furious movies now.
Let's say, wait, the original Piranha wasn't that in like in the 80s?
No, the remake Piranha. It was Piranha 3D and Piranha 3 Double D.
So what you're saying is nothing good.
So it's not. Yeah,
those movies were hilarious.
They're not scary.
They weren't supposed to be scary.
I do want to see him there. I'm with you on that one. But, Saw can go right in hell because that's where it deserves. Because once again, I saw Saw 3. That's all. All right, there's nothing else.
I own all the Saw films.
Saw needs to be like a cerebral, scary ass movie. I mean, that's what it needs to be. I haven't seen anything past Saw 2. I don't think so.
Well, and here's the crazy thing: it's going to be.
Saw 3 and hate it.
They're saying Jigsaw is coming back because Tobin Bell is the one talking about this movie.
He's dead.
Yeah, but that didn't stop him from being in like 5 of the films after he died. So I don't know exactly what they're doing with it. But apparently, it's going to be called Saw Legacy.
Wait, hold on a second.
So,
is the actor dead or the character dead?
No,
you guys are
the
confusing me a little
bit. The character died in the 3rd one.
I was about to say, damn, Naki, he's dead.
The actor still shows up in the next 4. So even though he's
every
dead,
single one of them,
that doesn't stop Tobin Bell from showing up.
So I've seen every single Saw movie because I was purely curious as to how they could possibly make this first movie any better. And what they did was take that first movie and shit all over it. And then they continued with the story that was kind of interesting and then shit all over what was interesting about it.
So what you're saying is the trend is just shit all over things in that movie.
Basically. And I mean, like, Saw Legacy, like, that one's been rumored for a while. Because I follow it because I was like, maybe it'll be better. But I've not heard anything that I'm like, oh, dang, I have to go see Saw Legacy. It'll make up for the 6 movies that followed the first one. I don't know, man.
Actually,
you have more hope for it than I do.
Stolberg's on it, so I'm happy. He wrote the screenplay for Good Luck Chuck. He wrote the screenplay for Sorority Row. He wrote Piranha 3D. He did his own film Conception. He wrote Piranha 3. He did characters in Piranha 3 Double D. And now he's working on IMDb and other places. Yeah, it's either called Saw Legacy or Jigsaw. So right now it has 2 names.
None of what you have just said sells me.
They're all.
I thought you had good news or happy news. Where is that?
I do. Fuck all y'all. All y'all. I get to see a new Saw film in the theaters. I'm excited.
Saw should be scary as shit. Saw should make me nervous. That's how I feel about the Saw movies. And
you know what?
Anything after the first one does not.
Now, see, I look at them like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The first one was scary. The rest are fun. Because none of the other Nightmares are scary.
I do a lot of assholey things. I'm going to let you have this, Bachman. You win. I'm just going to let you. No more arguments for me. That's asshole tax.
An awesome director is involved.
You win.
I'm excited.
That is not an awesome director. There's literally nothing you put on there where I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally a good movie.
Stolberg's great.
Yeah,
and he's fun.
The chat room's asking, wasn't Good Luck Chuck the movie where Dane Cook had the dick of destiny?
Yes.
Oh God! Let's not talk about Dane Cook.
Okay, so you just tried to tell me something coming out of Dane Cook. No, I'm with Naki. This is bullshit.
Well, fuck all y'all. I'm excited. A new Saw movie is going to be in theaters, and I will see it in the theaters.
You and six.
That
I
movie was
love me some
softcore
Jigsaw.
porn. All
That's
of those
fine.
movies are like softcore porn.
Well, there is. So I might need to go back to them then.
Oh, now Willie's paying attention. Now Willie's paying attention.
Hey,
Dude,
hey,
one of the movies is called.
You got my attention, baby.
One of the
Let's
movies
keep
called.
on going.
One of the movies is called Piranha 3 Double D. How did you not know?
yeah.
It was softcore
that
porn?
one. Yeah, I told you I want to see those anyway.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the Saw movies.
No, he does films that are like remakes of the 70s that are hilarious, where it's horror, blood, and tits. Like, they're fucking great movies.
Let's go back to Trauma.
None of these
Damn
things
near.
are killing me. None of these.
Yeah, I'm with Naki.
Well,
I
then
don't
they're
want
not.
Saw. The softcore
Then they're
porn.
not for you.
Exactly. I was about to say the exact
Nobody-
same thing.
Nobody wants Saw the softcore porn.
I do.
What
Actually,
is
yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't want to see a snuff film. Especially a fake snuff film. If I'm
what's
gonna
wrong
watch, I'm
with
gonna watch
you?
a real thing. God damn it!
I own
And I'm
all
not
6
going
Saw
to.
That's what's wrong with me. I own all 6 Saw movies. That's what's wrong with me.
Isn't there 8?
I don't know. There might be 9. I have them all on DVD. I don't know how many there are, but I fucking love them.
I do want to say thank you for just glancing by my snuff film remark. Thank you.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep moving on.
It's
Chris, did
best-
you need to finish our show or something like that?
Yeah, let's start wrapping things up. And this is that time of the show where we like to remind folks that the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast is in fact part of a network of shows that you can find over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. We've had some new additions to the network. I think we've got 3 new shows in the last month that have joined us. There's the Operation Pugcast, Digital Soup, Head in the Cloud, and I might be missing another one, and if that's the case, I suck. But we encourage you guys, head on over to GonnaGeekNetwork.com, check out some of the new shows, and while you're there, Willie, what show are we plugging this week that people should go see?
This week, I want to talk to you about Digital Soup Podcast, episode 26, titled Atari, Ryzen, and Samsung Frames a TV. This week, Jason has some PC issues and plans a new Rise build. The guys chat about Atari announcing the Atari Box, Samsung finally releasing their Frame TV, and is John Wick coming as a TV series, and a fun discussion about favorite movies, TV shows, swapping cultures rounds out the episode. Back to you, Chris.
Why, thank you, Willie. And actually, I've heard John Wick's also coming as a comic book, potentially, a comic prequel to John Wick, which could be badass. So go check out the Digital Soup Podcast. They're one of the newest additions to the network. It's a show I really enjoy because, man, between them and Operation Pugcast, they nailed E3 coverage. And then with us tossed in there too, we nailed E3 coverage across the network, us 3 shows. So kudos to all of us. We're going to pat ourselves on the back.
And I do back to me.
I did a lot for that.
And back to Willie because he needed something.
Back. Yeah, because someone was telling me about this yesterday. I didn't believe it till I just read it. Atari's making a new console. Are you fucking serious? Get the shit out of here.
I'm not sure if this is real or not, or if this is some kind of marketing play with the new Blade Runner movie.
Oh God! Please let me be a marketing ploy.
I don't
Please,
know.
dear God, Atari, get the fuck out of here.
Because remember, if you saw the trailer for the new Blade Runner, there's like Atari advertisements and stuff in there. Oh, okay, Low Life Otaku says it's an Atari Mini, so it's basically the NES Classic, but for Atari.
Oh God! Thank God!
And since it's not Nintendo, you can probably actually buy one on store shelves. Sorry, Naki, I interrupted you.
Boop.
Oh, are you playing Pong now? Boop.
Boop.
So, guys, we're going to start wrapping up the show. We wrap up the show this week, much like we do every other week, with a little bit called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into, and to maybe, just maybe, sway you to our cause to come and check some of those things out. So, who am I going to make go first? I'll make it me to make it easier in that regard. Unless, Willie, do you really want to go? You had a look of anticipation on your face.
I can wait it. I can
wait it out. It'll make it a little bit better. Don't worry. So my stuff's pretty simple. Had a new TV delivered yesterday. Spent most of the day getting all of that set up and in place. Yeah, 4K HDR. I heart it. I'm ready for my Xbox One X now. That Willie was wrong about saying it would cost more than $500.
Well, no. It is going to cost more than $500. Taxes, bitches.
You said sticker price over $500.
I don't really care. I don't give a fuck.
I just want my
Xbox
win.
One.
I just want my
That's
win.
why I'm not gonna bet anything with that shit. 'Cause I don't give a fuck about it.
Sour grapes, I'm wrong.
No, it's not sour
exactly
grapes.
what
I really
I
just don't
hear.
have a care. Man, fuck y'all.
I've also been playing Mario Kart still because Mario Kart's my current crack. I'm on the 150cc circuit and I keep getting my ass kicked by people, and it's really annoying because I'll get to first place and it's like turtle shell, turtle shell, turtle shell, and I'm like, oh, now I'm in 8th place.
Hooray for the blue
fucks.
shell.
And it's not even blue shell. I'll get like 4 red shells in a row, and I'm just like, what the hell?
There's that one classic gif of just someone about to reach the end in first place, then he gets a red shell, then a blue shell hits him, and then I think a couple of people knock him as he's trying to get up, and then just finally knock him off a bridge, and then he comes back up in last place.
Yeah. That game is unforgiving at 150cc level, but it's so damn fun. I forgot how much I loved Mario Kart because it'd been since like N64, I think I'd played. No, Wii, since I'd played Mario Kart. And it's been super fun. And Nintendo, I think, has a lot of games coming out of E3 I'm going to end up buying. So congratulations, Nintendo. And we can talk about it next week. It's been all but confirmed there will be an SNES Classic this holiday season. So if you want one, you better pre-order it because you won't be able to find them after the original run, is my guess.
Because there'll be 1,000 of them.
Yeah, probably.
Again.
And so who's going to go next? It's going to be Bachman, not Willie.
That's fair.
All right. I got my new Funko Pop box. I said I got the Peter Parker Midtown School for Science Technology shirt. Got the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 1 collector core cover, which is pretty cool because I don't think I was going to pick up this comic, so now I can actually read this one. I think every other comic I've gotten in the Funko boxes is one that I already get, so I just got the variant cover.
Do those come with the digital code too?
I don't know because I haven't ever opened one yet, so this will be the first one I get to find out. Because this is the one that I think it's Chip Zdarsky, who he had some good ideas for what he was doing with it, but I wasn't adding another Spider-Man title. I'm already getting like 5 a month, so at least this way I'll get to read it. But yeah, I'll find out when I open that one. Then it came with 2 of the bobblehead minis. So I got Spider-Man on the box and Vulture on the other one, but I don't know what's in them yet because apparently you can get 2 different versions of Spider-Man, Vulture, or the Shocker. So I'll open those later. And then, of course, the big thing that was, the important part of it was a new Funko Pop with the exclusive Marvel Collector Core sticker at Spider-Man Homecoming with the web suit. So he's got the web wings coming out underneath the arms and his arms extended. So it's the flying pose Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Bitchin'.
How many Spider-Man Pops do you have? Like, purely the Spider-Man character. I'm not talking about just Spider-Man.
Just
universe.
Spider-Man. This, I believe, is the 3rd one.
What are the first 2?
The original Spider-Man is just number Spider-Man, just the regular Funko Pop. Number 3 was just Spider-Man. And then number 160 was Spider-Man from Civil War that came in one of the other Marvel Collector Cores. So they did one of him in the new suit, and then this is the new suit with the webbing.
Do you keep them in the box?
Did you get any of the other ones from Homecoming, the Spider-Mans?
I got Peter Parker and Vulture.
Okay, the one I had to go and hunt for, and this is always fun when a 32-year-old man has to go to Hot Topic, was the Hot Topic exclusive, which was Unmasked Peter Parker, which was him in the suit just with his regular head on top.
God damn it, keep your fucking mask on.
I was really hoping he'd do that.
Son of a bitch, I swear to God, if he takes off his fucking mask in public in this movie.
Oh, that's what they need. They need an exclusive Dredd Funko Pop with his mask off. Because he kept it on in the whole movie.
Yes, like as he should.
A Dredd one that looks like Carl Urban. That would be awesome because he never took his helmet off in the movie.
That'd be pretty bitchin'.
You know what? Fuck you, Bachman. That's sacrilege there.
It would be funny for a pop.
Watch it be the Funko Pop for the Dredd movie, but then watch it without the helmet. It looks like Sylvester Stallone. Is that what you want? Because that's what you're asking
funny.
for.
That's not funny. That's not.
That is funny. That's very funny. Fuck.
Other than that, I've been getting caught up. Still putting up episodes for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. long box edition. Reading all the Spider-Man things that I still got a ton to go through, but I'm caught up to where we're at right now. doing all the drawings. Yesterday, I hand delivered the first Kickstarter for the Emperor level pledge to my buddy Jeremiah because it was James's birthday. So I got his finished sketch fully copicked and updated. So he got his sketchbook, his sketch, and Darth Vader sticker, thanks to Naki and Keith. And so yeah, one has been delivered, 39 to go, or actually I guess 37 because 2 people backed without asking for a pledge. So I don't have to mail them anything. I'm probably still going to mail them both a sketchbook though. No. But yeah, doing that. And then, yeah, I plugged in the PS4 again. So I played a little Friday the 13th. I got my 8-bit Jason neon purple and blue skin, which I love it just because it's so awful because that game was one of the worst games ever made. And so fans of Friday the 13th have a fondness for that game and that character because it was so bad. And then,
if you were curious about how bad it was, go watch the Angry Video Game Nerd episode on Friday the 13th.
It's like the TMNT. Yeah, like the TMNT swimming scenes. The original Friday the 13th game was unbeatable. There was no rhyme, reason, or way to beat it. Like
you could beat it, but my favorite thing that he did was like when you die and if you get game over, it's like you are dead.
Yeah,
just straight, you are dead.
If you beat it, it was luck. It had nothing to do with skill. That game was not designed to be beat.
And one of my favorite things, like you have a rock projectile, but as soon as you throw it, it arcs over every enemy. It's like, what is the point of this?
There was no real physics in that game.
Yeah, it arcs over and it keeps on going straight. Like,
as I was playing Friday the 13th, and then I went back. I did fire up the Xbox 360 to check. I went through and finished playing Web of Shadows again just to remember couldn't remember if I played it or not. I checked my last save date on that screen was in like June of 2010. So yeah, it'd been a while since I'd turned my 360 on and played any Spider-Man. So yeah, I realized it'd been a couple of years. I didn't realize it'd been 7.
I was gonna say 7 years. That's what you call a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, played through, finished off Web of Shadows again, and after watching that new Spider-Man footage, I remember how good Web of Shadows used to look. And then seeing that new Spider-Man series, I went back and played Web of Shadows, like, oh my god, this almost looks pixelated. Like, it's so old.
Damn.
And then they did an update for Battleborn where
you still play that?
I saw you playing that last night.
Me and my friends still play it, and my friends' kids still play it. We all love it. They updated a bunch of characters, and they did a Founders Pack release. So if you're one of the people that owned the game before, I think it was like June of last year, you're considered a founder. And so they just dumped a ton of loot, skins, gearboxes, all sorts of stuff.
Of course they did. No one's going to pay for it.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
It's free to play now.
So I logged in and got a whole bunch of free loot and checked out some new characters. And I played Ernest, and I love Ernest because he's basically a bird. He's a bird that plays pretty much like Junkrat from Overwatch. He's got bombs and a grenade launcher, and so I love him. He's fun as hell, and that's why he was my daily sketch yesterday too.
Well, you know what you could do instead of playing someone like Junkrat? You could get Overwatch and just play as Junkrat.
Yeah, but I don't have Overwatch, and all my friends here actually have Battleborn, and we play together. So
you need new friends,
like Willie.
And speaking of Willie, what kind of things you been getting into, Willie?
Well, first of all, I do want to issue an apology to one Bachman over there. Hey, buddy, I see you over there in that box. Or I think actually I'm in the big screen, so hey, sorry about that. Sorry about Friday night. I couldn't play Friday the 13th with you. I do feel bad, but I mean, you have to understand a lady friend over. I mean, that takes precedence over that.
It does.
Feel bad.
No, I do feel bad. I do, genuinely, because I hate when I can't make time for friends. I honestly do. But what I begin? Oh yeah. So yesterday, oh my god,
I get scared when I hear him.
I'm going to send you guys a picture of this.
Oh, hey.
No,
please don't be Willie's dick. Please don't be Willie's dick. Please don't be Willie's dick.
No pictures.
I don't think any of us want a picture, Willie. Just so you know.
I want to send you a picture what my buddy sent me through the Facebook event thing. He got close to 50 pounds of pork.
Oh
my god! This is a multiple day process of flavor injecting him and just getting him so delicious. I ate so much meat yesterday.
Yeah,
so much meat. Oh, you goddamn right!
Willie had a porkgasm.
Oh, everyone had a porkgasm everywhere, left and right. I ate so much pork, banana. Oh my god, they had so much banana pudding. Oh god, banana pudding.
Ooh, I like banana pudding.
Oh man.
Only if there's vanilla wafers and whipped cream.
And my buddy, he also made some barbecue sauce. He called it titty looking good.
Nice.
And then he also had the version because one of our friends she has a deathly allergic reaction to tomatoes. So he also made some tomato-free barbecue sauce, which he called diabetes, because he said he was scared the amount of sugar he put in there. I'm talking about molasses and just so much stuff. Oh my god!
And where you are in the South, that's more of the vinegary sauce in general, isn't it?
And then he also had some Carolina barbecue sauce.
Okay, gotcha.
And I loved some vinegar-based stuff. That is because I just love vinegar. I could just drink a shot of vinegar straight and just be delicious.
I have to do that with apple
Pickle
cider
juice.
vinegar right now, and it's
Any vinegar. I don't fucking care.
Vinegar makes me.
I've done with apple cider, white. If there's another type, I don't know, and another type, probably. I'll do it with anything.
Apple cider vinegar because it's helping with the sinus infection, but I'm miserable taking it.
If you ever go with me to Subway and you see me order a sub after the meat's or after the sub's toasted, and they bring it out like, I need extra vinegar, por favor. And they just start pouring it out.
Gross.
And if they try and stop, I'm like, no, a little bit more. And then that's when they get the cue. Okay, I should just wait till he tells me to stop.
That's
and
disgusting.
And that's good. I love that bread soaked in vinegar. Before they put anything else on, I want that bread soaked in some vinegar. Oh, it is so good.
Sweet.
And then I went out and bought some more movies. I think I have a problem.
It's okay. We all do on this show.
Yeah, so I got don't look at me badly. I did buy Suicide Squad just because I want to rewatch this shit just to see like, shit, how bad was Jared Leto?
He was so bad.
Is that just my mind saying this, and I'm hearing it from other people, and I'm just saying, okay, he's bad. I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch it again.
You're just on the bandwagon. He wasn't that bad. I liked it.
His Joker was bad.
I rebought Kingsman because my first copy was stolen, and plus at Best Buy they had the steelbook case version. I was like, and they actually had to go and look for it because that was the only empty spot for the steelbooks they had. I was like, you guys still got this? Because this is gonna be, you guys are gonna make a sale here. I also got Office Christmas Party because I haven't seen it, and I fucking love T.J. Miller.
Yeah, it's good. He's funny.
And then I also bought the steelbook version. It was the last one they had. Was when I walked in, I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and instantly grab this right out the front. John Wick 2, because I haven't seen that yet either.
John Wick 2 is really good.
Yep, and with that last batch of movies and this batch of movies, there's one out of both of them that the digital code just ain't working for me.
You should be able to get help from them, and they'll give you one that works.
Oh, yeah. They did fix it for, which was it?
So yeah, as long as it's a new movie, if you email the company on whatever screen you're trying to redeem the code, I had that happen with one of the movies I got from Walmart's $5 bin. And yeah, once I emailed the company and gave them my code, they sent me back a different code and said, this should still be valid. We don't know why it works. Here's a different code. And I still got a digital download.
Yeah, it was a Get Out. I emailed them or sent them support ticket thing, and they sent me another one and said, "Oh, here you go." I was like, "Thank you so much." And then now this one is for Office Christmas Party. It's not working. I emailed them and I haven't got anything back yet. But
it's the weekend.
I'm not sure if I did that yesterday or Friday.
Yeah, it's weekend times. You might not, but I've had the same thing happen before, and they just sent me a code that worked. It was no big deal.
And yes, I am still having some back issue problems. Thank you for being dehydrated. I'm thinking that's what caused that shit. Help pull a muscle in my back.
Stop eating all the pork and drink some water instead.
Oh, I've been drinking a shit ton of water. And don't you fucking tell me how to live my life. If I want to eat pork, I'm going to eat goddamn pork. Who are you to tell me not to eat pork? Who are you? Who the hell do you think you are, lady?
I just ate a half a pound of bacon. I'm not judging. I'm just saying a little more water.
I'm judging you. I'm judging you that you are awesome for eating that. High five.
I think all that pork made Willie a little salty.
I love it. Bachman, you just won the episode. I want you to know what that pun.
Maybe put the pork inside the water, and that way you can just drink your pork.
Oh, you're trying to make my pork diluted? You're back to getting the fuck out of here.
Episode 266 is entitled Salty Willie.
There you go.
Naki, what have you been getting into?
I found my PSP charger, and I still have my PSP. I don't.
Good games on that.
I don't have any games for it anymore, but Keith does.
This
So
is a PlayStation
boyfriend.
Awesome Digital.
So boyfriend has been playing Metal Gear.
Acid?
AG. Yeah, is that what that is? Acid.
Yeah, Acid. Yep.
I'm looking at it sideways. So
It's kind of like a real-time strategy type of Metal Gear Solid game, if I remember
it's a
correctly.
card game. It's a card.
Yeah, it uses cards, and you kind of it's like real-time strategy where you had to move your characters move with the cards. I believe I never played it, but I've heard a lot about it.
So that is a thing that happened. I also started solo playing through Gears of War 4 because I didn't play that game, and that's on my list. So I started that one.
I still need to beat that one too.
Keith and I started playing it together, but realizing doing it split screen co-op is terrible. Like it's just terrible. It's really hard. So I've just been going through it right now, the campaign. I
Is
also
the split screen co-op bad because of the game design or the UI layout when you're split screen?
So it's horizontal split screen, which is fine. Except
You can't change it?
No, and the fact that the thing that sucks is a lot of stuff happens above the split line, so you have to constantly kind of move your camera up. And you wind up looking at the sky a lot. You don't mean to, but it's just how that goes. And it's it just gets frustrating. And no, we got 3 or 4 chapters in, I want to say, doing it together. So it's just a matter of learning how to work with it. It just got annoying.
Even Borderlands lets you figure out how to split it up.
Yeah,
some of the
which one you want. Got it.
Yeah, some of the companies now don't have that option. Yeah, that it stinks depending on the game.
No. They have an option to actually put in the work to make it happen.
Well, no,
They're
I'm saying
fucking lazy.
They don't put the option in the game, and that's why it sucks. Marvel Collector Core variant Spider-Man does indeed have a digital code redeemer in it, so it looks like these the Marvel Collector Core books do come with digital codes.
Nice. And then boyfriend has stated that I'm going to see Blade because I've never seen Blade.
It's a good
So
movie.
that'll
What?
Probably be. Yep, I've never seen the Blade movies.
Oh, so you've never seen any of them?
Not
just the first
Yeah,
one?
watch Blade 1 and then guarantee watch Blade 2 because it's the best one.
Well, 2 is Guillermo del Toro. It's awesome.
Exactly. And then don't even worry about the third one.
The third one, you get to see the first time Ryan Reynolds actually plays Deadpool.
Yeah, just skip it.
Even though he's not called Deadpool, it's the first time Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool. He plays Hannibal King.
Just skip it.
And he
Stick
says
with Blade 2.
He says the best line ever delivered in a movie.
No,
one line's not gonna make the whole movie watchable. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
It does
No,
with
it doesn't.
that line.
I don't even remember what
Naki,
line it was.
Before you listen to him about Blade 3, remember this is the same guy telling us earlier in the show that all the Saw movies are good.
Yeah, I know.
Goddamn right. Yeah. Goddamn right.
You gotta say like you goddamn right.
No, that's how you say it.
I still have not yet logged into Steam. I know the Steam sale's going on. I keep getting emails that over 20 of my games that are on my wish list are on sale. Thank you. I'm aware.
So it might
might
be safer. Lola Futaku said he was only down like $30 on Steam sale so far.
I don't have $30 to spare right now. I'm poor. Flying to Canada on a last-minute flight is really expensive.
I'll bet.
I don't have this kind of money.
Naki, quick question. How was the ending to Undertale?
Fuck your face.
Whoa!
Wait, does that mean it was good or bad?
Fuck your face. That's what exactly it is.
I mean, depending on who's doing it, I'm having a great time here, so I'll agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I need to finish it. I haven't even hooked up my computer since before I went to Canada. So
what are you doing this on?
My computer.
No, right now, the podcast.
Right, like this is the first time I've hooked up my computer since I went to Canada.
Oh, Canada. Canada. Can we sing that? Is that okay? National anthems, are they all right?
I don't think national anthems are copyrighted.
Yeah, come on, Chris. Loophole. I can sing. Loophole.
Really?
Loophole.
All right, so while
Maybe
Willie...
End the show, Chris. Chris, end the show.
It's time to wrap the show before Willie starts singing to you all. So a friendly reminder that we stream live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at geeks.live and diamondclub.tv. Now, what I did want to remind folks is, with the new television schedule upon us, Sunday's a hopping place to be over at geeks.live. After we wrap at 1 o'clock Eastern, you've got Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. I believe they're talking about Legion this week. And then I believe at 6 p.m. tonight, you've got the Starling Tribune, where we're talking Legends tomorrow. And then at 9 p.m. tonight on Geeks.live, Pop Xcast. So feel free to hang around Geeks.live for some more geeky entertainment courtesy of the Gonna Geek Network. Uh-oh.
Yeah, when we wrap at 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah. It's 12.
It's 12:26.
I messed that up big time.
Eat a dick! All right.
I'm back up into the mist.
I don't know why I just yelled that. So as we start to wrap things up, you guys have any final thoughts for us that does not involve singing? Anyone?
Thank you
got me in a
for all your
box
kind
here.
words. Shut up, Willie. Thanks for all the kind words, guys. Okay, bye.
I want to play a game.
Yeah, a good one. Not a shitty Saw one.
I like Saw games.
I'd be down for Saw the board
Saw
game.
video game? Are you
Ooh,
serious?
A Saw
Yes,
board
there's a
game.
City game.
Yeah, there's a Saw video game.
Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah. It was not good.
I would like a good Saw video game or Saw
two
the
of them?
board game.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys, we're going to start getting out of here. We will see you guys next week for more ridiculousness from this wacky weekend morning show. But until then, guys, do great things. Bye.
And don't wear condoms.
Bye. Oh,
Where are
God.
the condoms?
Why?
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.